2 years ago, when I was working with my first client, we were stuck at making 20K revenue per month. And I was pretty attached at that moment to the technical part, and I was testing a bunch of things. So I was testing ABO versus CBO. I was having these different bid strategies. I was duplicating the same ad like multiple times, thinking that is going to solve somehow magically my problems. Until I got my first coach, and I was having this conversation with him, and he told me, like, I cannot push an ad that people simply are sick and tired of it, but doesn't work. So the best approach to generate a 3 to 5x return on ad spend using Facebook and Instagram ads is through having and testing alongside 2 very important ad angles that tackle the customer's needs and the customer's wants. And these 2 angles is what I call the best scenario versus the worst scenario. And you have to test them alongside, meaning is that you have to have 2 ads that you're running at the same time. One that talks about the best scenario, meaning is that you are talking about their end goal. That's why it's important to know your customer. And then the second ad is gonna be about the worst scenario. Here we are talking about with some kind of pain points that they have. Now this is something very powerful, so pay attention. You see, in any single given time, we have this circle with your ideal customer, and there is a percentage that they buy because they want to accomplish a goal in their life. They want to get something, like I'm talking about the best scenario. And then we have another percentage of your ideal customers from your like pool of audience who are looking to get rid of their pains. And this is something that is gonna blow your mind. This percentage is changing all the time. This doesn't mean that, let's say, the same percentage from your audience, they buy only because of pains. No, you see, actually, you can be, let's say, the same person, but he or she can buy because of a pain at the time, but then after a couple months, after a couple years, they might buy because actually they are looking for accomplishing some of the goals they have. So these reasons, they are changing. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example with my story. So when I just got started in this entrepreneurial like journey, doing marketing and things like that for brands. So at the time, because I came from a very poor country and I was living with my parents, and at the time I couldn't afford like things that I wished. So even though I've had this entrepreneurial mindset for a number of years and I was thinking, and I'm still thinking abundantly, but just financially I was not there at that time. So that's why I wanted to starting something immediately, because I had some pain. That was my pain. I just like was sick and tired of not being able to afford, of not being able to support my family and like help other people to grow and impact other people's lives. So this is my purpose, and that was my biggest pain why I started. But now my reason changed. I look for mastery. So when I go and invest in my skill, improving my skill, I buy because I want to accomplish a specific goal. I do not buy because I have some pain, because I'm already making decent money, so that is not a worry for me anymore. What I'm looking right now is being a better version of myself, is getting things done, impacting people's life, impacting our businesses. That is why I am buying right now. So my reason changed from the worst scenario to the best scenario. So from this story, what you can learn is that you can apply for your business in any kind of shape or form. Whatever products you sell, you could put it in a way on the marketplace that you could solve, let's say, a problem, or you could position in a way that is gonna help people to get a better version of themselves. So I hope this makes sense. And now, if we think that you position your product in only one way, let's say you position your product only as a problem solver. The problem with that is, let's say that 50% of your entire audience is buying because of that. So what is happening right now is you kind of like ignore completely the other 50%. So the other 50% is looking for your product that might change their life, and you say like, no, I'm not like selling to you these products because you don't fit within my marketing like message and positioning. So imagine if you make, let's say, $20,000 per month, and if you just leverage one single angle, in that case, considering that 50% of your audience is buying from that angle, well, right there, you just leave $20,000 on the table. So in total, you could make $40,000, of course, if that angle is written in the right way and if the message is correct and is compelling to that audience. Keeping this in mind, always ask yourself, how can you put these two messages out there and run them all the time? Because these two angles, they work for any kind of products. But you have to be aware that it might take some time until you create a compelling message for these two angles and until you have a very good offer. So that's very important. Now, once you know these two angles, a thing that you might be wondering is how can I create easily and quickly these ad creatives for these particular angles, Archie? So for that, I highly recommend you to check this video right here, where I kind of take you behind the scenes and show you an exact plan on how I create videos with my clients. So click here, and until then, I will speak to you in my next video.